So a square root and a radical are exactly the same thing. That's the little house thing right here. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be rationalizing the denominator. It is illegal to leave the radical on the bottom. I want you to be able to see patterns, and in order to do so, that radical cannot be on the bottom, so we've got to get rid of it. So the way to get rid of a radical on the bottom is whatever is on the bottom, whatever is inside that house, that's what you're going to multiply the top and the bottom by whatever that number is. Let me ask a question. What is 3 times x? 3x, right? We didn't really do anything to put them together, did we? They're two different things. Same thing right here. What's 6 times radical 2? 6 radical 2. Now I have this bottom to deal with. What do I have? It's a pair, isn't it? What happens when I have a pair? You get to come outside the house. So here I have a 2 that gets to come outside the house. Are we okay? Now, we just need to reduce from there. 6 and 2 are both outside of the house. How many times does 2 go into 6? 3. So my answer here is 3 square roots of 2. Okay? I'd like for you to try number 14 and 15. I know I just did. Okay, so on number 14, again, I have that radical on the bottom. I don't want it. So whatever is in that radical, I'm going to multiply by the top and the bottom. So here I have a square root of 3 and a square root of 3. Multiplying it would give me 12 square roots of 3. Here I have a pair. What happens when I have a pair? Good. It gets to come out of the house. So that means on the bottom I'm going to have just a 3. Good, because now I have a 12 and a 3 both outside of the house. 3 will go into 12 4 times with a radical 3. So my answer for this problem is 4 square root of 3. Or 4 radical 3. Remember, square root and radical are the same. Okay. Number 15, I have the radical 3 on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply by radical 3 over radical 3. That gives me 21 radical 3. On the bottom, I have a pair that gets to come out. How many times does 3 go into 21? 7 square roots of 3. Okay, try number 16 and 17. Okay, right here on number 16, I multiply both by square root of 2, correct? So that gives me 11 square roots of 2 over 2. And a lot of you said, oh, right here, it doesn't go evenly. You can leave it just like that. Or 11 goes, or 2 goes into 11, 5.5 square roots of 2. You can leave it like this also. That's okay. Okay? So when I say I don't want decimals, I mean I don't want you pushing in the buttons on the calculator to give me an answer. Okay? What's different about number 17? Good. There's this extra number right here. Ignore it until the very end. Okay, if you ignored it like it wasn't there, what would you do first? Good. We would multiply by the square root of 3, right? So here I would have 6 square roots of 3. I have a pair, so that pair gets to come out. But then here is where I'm going to worry about that 4. I still have a 4 right under here. What's 4 times 3? 12. So now I have 6 square roots of 3 over 12. Now can I reduce this? Is what? Well, it's 1/2, right? 1/2. So my answer is 1/2 with a square root of 3 on the top. Okay? Try number 18. It's much like that one. So I'm going to multiply the square root of 3 over square root of 3, right then? So then here I get 12 square roots of 3. I have a pair of 3's, so it gets to come out. I have an 8 that's already out, so that gives me 12 square roots of 3. What's 8 times 3? 24. And then these are both outside of the house. How do I reduce 12 over 24? 1/2. So my answer is 1/2, but I can't forget about this square root of 3 being on the top. So that would be the answer. Okay, try 19 and 20. Try 19 and 20. So now they put a radical on the top. Ignore it. We're still trying to get what's on the bottom to go away. So here it's a square root of 3. We're going to multiply the top and the bottom by square root of 3.
Number 18 on the
Huh. Hold on. This is a pair. What happens to a pair? It gets to come out of the box, right? Now, just like we did before at the top, remember when I had two numbers and they didn't make a pair, we multiplied them back together? Same thing right here. What's the square root of 2 times the square root of 3?
6.
So this is 28 square roots of 6. Does 3 go into 28 evenly?
No.
No. I can just leave it just like that.
Okay, that's the answer.
Can I break down the 6?
Yeah.
To what?
2.
2 and 3. Do I have a pair?
No. No.
No, because I have a 2 and a 3, don't I? There's no pair, so just leave it. Okay, try number 20. Did you look at number 20? Okay, so I'm assuming that at first you would do square root of 2 by the square root of 2, correct?
Yeah, you're right.
So on the bottom I have a pair, so I'm going to leave a 2 on the bottom. Up here I have a 7.5. And then inside that square root, inside the house, I have a 12 and a 2. What's 12 times 2? 24. How many of you had that? Good. Perfect. Now, can I break it down any more? The 24, couldn't I? So if I'm going to do the square root of 24, how would I break that down? 12 and 2? Could I break down the 12? 6 and 2. Very good. Break down the 6 and it gives me a 3 and a 2, right? How many pairs do I have?
1.
I have a pair of 2s. Do I have anything else?
You have an extra 2.
I have a 2 and a 3 left. But I don't have a pair, so I multiply them back together, right? What's 2 times 3? So this 24, I just changed to 2 square roots of 6. But I have this 7.5. What's 2 times 7.5?
15.
15 square roots of 6, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I have it divided by 2 still, don't I? What's 15 divided by 2?
7.5.
So this is 7.5 square roots of 6.
That's amazing.
Some of you just said, Miss Ramsey, that's just too much. How many of you think that? Good. There's a shortcut. Watch. If it's inside the house, you can put it with things inside the house. Okay? If it's inside the house already, I can put it with things inside the house. That's what we got for an answer. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Are these both inside the house? How many times does 2 go into 12? Did I get the same thing?
Oh, sure.
Okay, are you with me? But they have to both be inside the house. I can't do square root of 2 with 7.5 because one's in the house and one's outside of the house. Are we okay? So try number 21. Try number 21. Okay, question. These are both inside the house, right? How many times does 3 go into 12?
4.
4. So this is 45 square roots of 4. Everybody agree?
Yes.
How can I break down the square root of 4?
2.
Do I have a pair?
Yeah.
So what happens to the pair?
Go out of the house.
It gets to come out of the house?
Yep.
But I already have a 45 that's out of the house. 45 times 2 is?
90. So I got the 11.
Are we okay? Most of you got to this point and you stopped, didn't you?
Yes.
So always try and break down what's inside the house as small as you can go. Okay?